It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. To know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. By three methods we may learn wisdom: first, by reflection, which is noblest; second, by imitation, which is easiest; and third, by experience, which is the bitterest. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation there is sure to be failure. Never give a sword to a man who can't dance. When anger rises, think of the consequences. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. Humility is the solid foundation of all virtues. He who learns but does not think, is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. If I am walking with two other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. Study the past, if you would divine the future. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. We should feel sorrow, but not sink under its oppression. Never contract friendship with a man that is not better than thyself. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. To practice 5 things under all circumstances constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. You cannot open a book without learning something. The superior man thinks always of virtue, the common man thinks of comfort. To see the right and not to do it is cowardice. To see and listen to the wicked is already the beginning of wickedness. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? If you look into your own heart, and you find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear? Death and life have their determined appointments, riches and honors depend upon heaven. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. The superior man acts before he speaks, and afterwards speaks according to his action. A gentleman would be ashamed should his deeds not match his words. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. The superior man understands what is right, the inferior man understands what will sell. When you are laboring for others, let it be with the same zeal as if it were for yourself. There are three methods to gaining wisdom. The first is reflection, which is the highest. The second is limitation, which is the easiest. The third is experience, which is the bitterest. Instead of being concerned that you have no office, be concerned to think how you may fit yourself for office. Instead of being concerned that you are not known, seek to be worthy of being known. The superior man does not, even for the space of a single meal, act contrary to virtue. In moments of haste, he cleaves to it. In seasons of danger, he cleaves to it. Go before the people with your example, and be laborious in their affairs. I will not be concerned at other men's not knowing me, I will be concerned at my own want of ability. The firm, the enduring, the simple, and the modest are near to virtue. Look at the means which a man employs, consider his motives, observe his pleasures. A man simply cannot conceal himself. Speak the truth, do not yield to anger, give, if thou art asked for little, by these 3 steps thou wilt go near the gods. When we see persons of worth, we should think of equaling them. When we see persons of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. If some years were added to my life, I would give 50 to the study of the E, and then I might come to be without great faults.